What is 100% Dad? 100% Dad is a platform. We put out the information to encourage and help dads step back up into a role to lead their families. We want to change the stigma of the lazy, incompetent, and absent father. 100% Dad will be a forum to ask questions, lay out your troubles, seek advice, and get good solid answers back that help you become a better man, husband, and father. 100% Dad will have resources and ideas to help fathers all over the world. 100% Dad wants to rewire what society thinks about dads and men. Who is Townsend? I am Townsend Russell. I am the husband to Ryan. I have 3 little boys, Levi, Ryder, and Aiden. Their ages are 3, 6, 9, damn near fine. Come just suck it to me one more time for you older people. I am a business owner. I started and sold three businesses in the vending, coffee, and contracting world. We just recently sold them in 2019, November. I was born in Baltimore, Maryland in 1986, raised in Maryland for a good bit of time. I went to over 21 different schools, moved down to Florida in about 8th grade, lived in Jupiter for a little bit, then finished up here in St. Augustine High School, attended WVU for college, and then moved back and married my high school sweetheart, and I've lived here in St. Augustine ever since. We are excited that we are going to go on a full-time tour in the spring of 2020. We're going to start out in the northeast of the U.S., maybe go up into Canada, push west a little bit, and spend the next year or 2 on the road full-time with our family and see the country and kind of really explore and interview a bunch of different dads and just have a lot of fun and continue to push the 100% Dad message. Goals for 100% Dad. You know, our goals are we want to improve the lives of dads and as many as we can. We want to change what the family standard is. And then as part of our tour, we want to meet as many dads and families as we can and really learn a new perspective and get a different understanding of how families work and share it with the world. As far as affiliates go, we're always looking for good, preferably nationwide, competitive companies. We definitely need a life insurance provider because that's one of the big messages we push. Our dads need life insurance. Any sort of unique dad products that directly relate to our content. We're definitely not going to endorse or affiliate ourselves with anything that I don't stand by 100%. So if you've got something out there and you're interested, send us a message and we'll be happy to look at it. What made me decide to start 100% Dad? So 100% Dad kind of just evolved. It started off originally back in I think 2014 when I started creating a binder for my businesses. I was worried that I would die and that our business which was entirely dependent on me, would just crumble to the ground and I'd leave my family with nothing. I set up a binder and kind of just detailed out how we run the businesses and what we tell our employees and what their roles are and who our vendors are. And if I were to die, what's the first thing you need to do? What do you need to say to our customers? What vendors do you need to call? What do you need to say to them? And how to really run the day-to-day, month-to-month, quarter-to-quarter, and year-to-year aspects of the business. And it was a really good idea. It was a pretty thick binder. I still have it. And it really just, it's so well detailed out how to run the business. It was a playbook for the business. And I replaced Townsend the business owner so well in that binder that I started to think I should replace Townsend the dad as well. And so I started to write notes and letters and kind of document my feelings on being a father and things I wanted to teach my boys and lessons I wanted to teach them so that they could teach their kids. And that's really kind of what it evolved from. So just those writings, and I kind of put them in a book format. And I don't know if anybody's ever read parenting books, but they're absolutely terrible, so we never published it. And then I've always been not super involved in social media, but we realized that social media was a great place where you could put this stuff out for free, and so you could still get the content of it out and share it with people, and it'd be free, and it could be done in a little more bite-sized pieces and be more enjoyable and more aesthetically pleasing, and that's what we did. And then we kind of came up with a name for it and a brand to push around it, and that's how 100% Dad started. What kind of resources does 100% Dad offer for fathers? It's educational content. We put out a lot of memes, some short videos, some log videos, some blogs, just that are my thoughts on being a dad. We're definitely starting to partner. We've only got one right now, U.S. Legal Forms, but we're going to start to partner with companies that have products that I fully am okay with. You know, we really push dads to have life insurance because that is a good thing for your family. Term life insurance, we don't recommend the whole life at all, but finding companies like that for life insurance, among other things, those are the kind of companies we want to partner with, and so there'll be resources we can offer to our followers. What got you into the business you're in today, and what made you want to own your own business? Well, the business I own today is 100% dad. We recently sold Russell Coffee Service and Auburn Group and Florida Best Vending, so those are all gone. But I originally started those, I guess, as a way to provide for my family in a sense. It was probably some narcissism into it, that I just think I can do everything better than everybody else, and I wanted full control because where I was working, I wasn't getting that. And so we kind of broke off. We started our own and we did everything completely wrong, and it took us 3 times as long as we thought it would, and it cost 3 times as much, and it was a long road. But you know, after about 3 years of running that nonprofit, it turned profitable, and that was certainly a good thing. And you know, looking back on it, I didn't realize it at the time, but every single time we had a kid, I started another business. And so when Levi was born in 2010, we started Russell Coffee Service in 2011. And the Auburn Group was started after Ryder was born in 2013. And after Aiden was born in 2016, we started Florida Best Vending. So looking back, there was probably internal, I was panicking of just, I need to create another income stream to provide for my family. And then, you know, each time I started a business, I got a lot better at it. But really, I think it's just something I'm born to do. I like starting businesses. I like the challenge of it. In fact, when they get successful, I get bored with them. And so we're seeing that now because I've sold them all. And now my new challenge is 100% dad. And so we'll have fun trying to grow that into a larger following. What are going to be the biggest challenges, and why are you going on the tour in the first place? So we're calling it a tour because we don't know what else to call it. The end goal is to spend a lot of time together as a family and grow the 100% Dad brand. And this is the best way we'll know how to do it. It'll provide a lot of content for both the blog and the vlog and the memes. It's an opportunity I know not a lot of people get to have. There's probably very few families in the world that can just stop everything and just go live on the road for 2 years, essentially without working. And so we didn't want to pass up on an opportunity like that. And really, the age of the children being 3, 6, 9, we felt like by the time we leave, Aiden, the youngest, will be 4, the oldest will still be 9, and it's a really good range to take kids out in a tin can. You know, the 9-year-old's not in those preteen or teenage years where he's really locked down socially and will be fighting us to go. And the youngest one's going to be old enough to really remember it and not just rely on pictures that we took him all over the place. So I think the age is really good. And I think the timing of everything just really came together. You know, the biggest challenges are going to be the fact that there's going to be 5 people packed inside of a tin sardine can with nowhere else to go. So we'll probably spend a lot of time outdoors. We configured our rig or our 5th wheel to try and accommodate a home feeling and give us as much space as possible. We did get one with, you know, the master bedroom up front and the bunkhouse bedroom in the back and living in between. That way we can still have some separation. It's one of the big reasons we didn't go with the Class A, was just because we'd all be in the back. And we figured we'd probably need some space from time to time. What are you most excited about for the tour? I think the biggest thing I'm excited about on going on the tour is just seeing the country. It's such a big country. It's something I've only ever read about and seen in movies and shows. So I've just never been around. I know from Maryland to Florida on the I-95 corridor, and that's about it. I've been out to Indianapolis via plane to see my grandparents a couple times, and I went to LA once for a few days and hated it. And I went to Vegas this past year for a trade show, but we didn't get to really see a lot of Vegas, just we were mostly at the trade show. There's so many different aspects to the world, or to the country even. I've never seen the Rockies. I've never seen, you know, a lot of the deserts in the Northwest, those massive trees and the plains, and there's just so much I haven't seen, and I'm really looking forward to getting to A, share it with my family and any of our followers, and B, just getting to experience it myself. I think it's going to be one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that I'm really looking forward to. Where do you see 100% Dad in the next 5 years? In 5 years, I'd like to see a whole lot more followers. I'd like to see us a lot bigger than what we are. I'd like to have different personalities on there that can interact with different different cultures and different ethnicities and different styles of parenting, because parenting is one of those things. One way is not right for everybody, and just because I do it or I say it doesn't mean I think it's a good fit for everybody. You know, parenting is certainly a touchy subject, and I think there needs to be many voices for many people, and I think that'd be an important aspect. So I'd like to bring on more personalities to the platform, and that way we can touch a greater amount of people. What's your favorite part of being a dad? What's my favorite part of being a dad? I don't know if you can have a favorite part of being a dad. I kind of like all of it. You know, I think the best parts, and I think any dad would say that, is all those little moments you get of just when you're sitting there and they do a funny laugh or just something goofy, and you know it's within seconds or minutes, and they do something that's super memorable and just kind of makes your heart real full with joy. Those are probably the best parts about it. But I enjoy all of it. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy molding and having fun with them. I enjoy the discipline aspect, as weird as that is. You know, sometimes I'll yell at the kids and get them in trouble, and I just come out of the room smiling. My wife thinks I'm a sociopath for that. But I enjoy every aspect of it. Being a dad is one of those things I think I always wanted since I was little. So I've just enjoyed it all so far.